सूरदास के श्याम मनोहरा, सूरदास के श्याम मनोहरा, भक्तों के सत्य साई 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 मनोहरा, गिरिधर गोपाला, हे गिरिधर गोपाला, हे गिरिधर गोपाला, मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागरा, मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागरा, सूरदास के श्याम मनोहरा, सूरदास के श्याम मनोहरा, भक्तों के सत्य साई मनोहरा, भक्तों के सत्य साई मनोहरा, गिरिधर गोपाला, हे गिरिधर गोपाला, हे गिरिधर गोपाला।
Invoking the blessings of the Almighty, respected elders, distinguished guests, and participants from around the world, Namaste and good evening. Welcome to day 61 of the One World, One Family World Cultural Festival here at Sri Sathya Sai Grama. At the outset, we extend a warm welcome to our guest, Sri Pramod Madhwaraj, former Minister of Fisheries, Youth Empowerment and Sports, Government of Karnataka. Today, we also welcome the new batch of students admitted into the MBBS program at Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research. They are the third batch of boys and girls, and we wish them the very best for their journey ahead. Prashanti Balamandira Trust is a public, non-profit, charitable organization established on April 2nd, 1981, under the divine guidance and blessings of Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Rooted in the principle of love all, serve all, spiritual values are translated into service initiatives in the verticals of education, healthcare, nutrition, and socio-care, demonstrating its commitment to transparency and global impact. Prashanti Balamandira Trust is officially registered on the NSE's Social Stock Exchange. Since June 2023, the Trust has been accorded consultative status with the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations, reflecting its growing contribution to humanitarian and developmental causes worldwide. This evening, as part of Know Your Mission segment, we are privileged to have with us Mr. R.K. Subramanya and Ms. Krishna Subhaga, trustees of the Prashanti Balamandira Trust, to share their insights about the noble work and vision of the Trust. Blessed to be born into a family deeply devoted to Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, Mr. Subramanya fondly known as Shivu, holds a bachelor's degree in computer science and has served for 15 years at Oracle. And nurtured by strong spiritual values and inspired by his family's faith, he chose to dedicate his life to service by joining the Sri Sathya Sai Lokaseva Gurukulam in the year 2009. Since then, he has been contributing wholeheartedly to the mission through the activities of the trust. Ms. Krishna Subhaga is an alumna of the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Anandpur campus. She has worked in the information technology sector with the global organizations such as EMC Square and Oracle before joining the Prashanthi Balamandira Trust in the year 2015. As a trustee and administration manager, she oversees key functions including administration, travel desk, donor management, and CSR fundraising, contributing immensely to the smooth functioning of the trust. Together, they will present various activities carried out by the Prashanthi Balamandira Trust. May we invite Mr. R.K. Subramanya Shivu sir and Ms. Krishna Subhaga, please.
Pranams to the lotus feet of my Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, friend and beloved God, Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. Respected elders, brothers, sisters, and Swami's property, his students, boys and girls. Ishvara Sarva Nirmata Nehanya iti Nishchayi Antargalita Sarvashaha Shantah Kwapi na Sajjate. This is a shloka from the Ashtavakra Gita, chapter 11, verse 2. This world and the events of the world can never be controlled by me as an individual, because the world is governed by a huge set of laws which are in the hands of the Lord. Where the totality controls, the individual can only contribute. I, as an individual, can only contribute my might. That is the freedom that I have. I have the power to contribute. I have no power to control. The interpretation of this verse can be seen right here and now. Please turn your gaze to either side of the Premamrutham hall. Based on Swami's instructions, the extension project began in mid-July of this year in the midst of the Guru Purnima celebrations and Sadhguru's birthday. Most of us wondered why we are embarking on this project now with the upcoming 100th birthday celebrations of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba round the corner. With all the uncertainties surrounding the arrangements for the One World, One Family World Cultural Festival, we were relaxed that the main venue of the events, which is Premamrutham, is in good shape without any construction or refurbishment activity. However, as the shloka says, we just started the construction as per Swami's command. As you can see today, it is almost ready. This has been the secret mantra for any project in the One World, One Family mission, and we, as the members of the administration department, are witnesses to these happenings. In 2009, when I joined this institution, there was just one department outside of the schools, which was called the office. Once Sadhguru made his advent in Sathya Sai Grama, all these departments that you see on the screen mushroomed, and today each of them works independently under the direct guidance of Swami. Wherever required, the admin department gets involved for the smooth functioning. The so-called responsibilities and functions of the admin department has evolved over the last so many years. While responsibilities get added, many of them have also got dropped with the formation of these departments. Now we will look at a snapshot of what the responsibilities look like. While these are some of the functions that we are involved in, we are very clear that whatever is assigned by Swami, we just execute to the best of our abilities. Hence, we would like to believe that the buck stops with us. However, we are also very fortunate that Swami has guided us every time that we have reached out to him, even when it may seem trivial. What we have understood in these interactions with Swami is that God is in the details. What we execute as per Swami's command, the joy that stems out of it cannot be described. We are mute witnesses to the genius of Swami and his availability, the selfless service of devotees across the world, the uncanny ability of staff members to go beyond the boundaries and accomplish what may seem impossible tasks. In other words, the willingness of people to do anything and everything for Swami. This inspires the team to go to any length to get the job done, but we still feel very humbled and we know that we have miles to go. One of the responsibilities that the admin department is responsible is for procuring lands and maintaining the land records. The content of this slide may not look very interesting to most of you. However, the amount of effort that the staff members working on the real estate put in to acquire land parcels is just phenomenal. To give you an instance of what it takes to procure a parcel of land and register it into the name of the trust, it was when India's first free-of-cost medical college was being conceptualized. The 150-bedded Sri Sathya Sai Sarla Memorial Hospital was just functional, and we had to expand to an additional 350 beds, for which we needed to procure additional land. There was a 4-acre piece of land just adjacent to the hospital land, which belonged to the government of Karnataka. The then Deputy Commissioner of Chikbalapur, Mr. Anirudh Shravan, who is a great supporter of our mission, had approved the same. However, as per the rules, this required the approval of the state cabinet. We had submitted multiple petitions to the government for a grant, but the file was returned twice, and we were at our wits' end. In a typical display of divine intervention and Swami's Vajra Sankalpa coming to fruition, all the forces of the universe conspired to come together to make it happen. Mr. Manjunath Prasad, a senior and an experienced bureaucrat in the government of Karnataka, who had visited Muddenahalli campus and met Swami a few months before, was nominated as the Principal Secretary of the Chief Minister of Karnataka, Sri Basuraj Bommai. Mr. Manjunath Prasad was fully convinced about the project on hand and took it upon himself to get the necessary approvals from the cabinet. When Sri Amit Shah, the Honorable Minister, Home Minister, Government of India, came to perform the Bhumi Puja for the centenary block, the then Chief Minister of Karnataka, Sri Bommai, also accompanied him with the land grant certificate and handed it over to Sadhguru. It all came together in the nick of time, and we were able to proceed with the construction of the Sri Sathya Sai Rajeshwari Memorial Block. I now request Sister Krishna to continue with the rest of the presentation.
Pranam Swami. We now move on to the travel desk function at the administration department. The mission has grown to such an extent, and I believe that someone for whom we have booked a ticket is traveling every single day somewhere in the world. The travel desk team is responsible for making travel arrangements for our own staff members, guests whom we have invited, or Sadhguru's entourage traveling within India or abroad. We also manage So this slide shows you the gamut of activities that the travel desk performs. For the past year, since October 2024, we have booked around 820 flight tickets, around 323 visas that we have processed across 18 Indian cities and 52 countries. So that's really the gamut of the travel desk department. We also manage small and large groups traveling within or outside the country. Every year, Swami takes graduates from the university to Europe and UK. We manage their flight tickets, secure their visas, as well as arrange for tour packages as required. May is the month for Kodai, and Sadhguru takes guests, students, and staff members to bask in absolute divine bliss in Sri Sathya Sai Anandam Ashram in Kodai. Within a span of 10 days, we manage 3 batches of guests, students, and staff traveling onward and return, besides coordinating with the transport, kitchen, and guest management teams. In 2023 and 24, Sadhguru's overflowing compassion encompassed parents of students who have now joined the mission. They traveled to Sri Lanka, Singapore, and Malaysia. We coordinated with parents in rural India to ensure that they all got their passports and secured their visas. The Sai Symphony Orchestra, which will soon find a mention in the Guinness Book of World Records, was invited to perform in Singapore and Malaysia. It is not just their visas and tickets. We also made the necessary arrangements for the safe passage of more than 100 band instruments right from Bangalore to Singapore to Malaysia and back. The Travel Desk Department is also blessed with the opportunity to book tickets and secure visas for Sadhguru himself. Truly, what an honor. In the run-up to the One World, One Family World Cultural Festival, Sadhguru went around the world in just 77 days. Moving on to the most significant aspect of a public charitable trust, donations. As a public charitable trust, we are a donor-centric mission without a commercial aspect anywhere throughout. How can temples of learning and healing have a billing counter? Therefore, the mission is pristine, and I believe that's why visitors are swept off their feet when they enter our campus. The vibrations just outside the gate and inside have a distinct difference in quality. A donation is made by sacrifice and from the heart. That makes it prasadam for all of us on this side of the mission. It is our sacred duty to ensure each donor is respected for every rupee or item given. Without donations, we have no role to play either. We express our gratitude to every donor because of whom we have this incredible opportunity to be part of this mission. A donation can come in so many ways. Just to give a couple of instances, I happened to be at the reception counter a few days after the Sri Sathya Sai Sarla Memorial Hospital was inaugurated. A farmer was there with a large pumpkin in his hand, and he wanted to offer that as a donation. The staff at the counter were totally new to the mission, and they had no idea how to process this request. Luckily, I was there. I grabbed the opportunity, and I told the farmer I will take it and deliver it in the ashram kitchen. His beaming smile had a sense of immense satisfaction. It is not really about the quantum. It is about the feeling. And that's what makes this mission so special. Just to relate another incident, we had just received news of the Prime Minister of India accepting our invitation to inaugurate the medical college. Swami was planning it in such a grand manner, looking into every minute aspect of the organizing. However, we didn't have any funds in the account. We had no idea how the event was even going to happen. Just as we were reaching breaking point, there was a credit of nearly 4 crore Indian rupees from one single donor. When I informed Swami, Swami casually replied, "Use it for the Prime Minister's visit." Needless to say, the event went out without a hitch, and it was conducted in the most befitting manner. We are privy to such miracles all the time in this most glorious mission. We get to work on varied tasks that makes our jobs extremely dynamic and interesting. Few examples. Working with the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry for the ATA Carnets. This was to secure permissions to transport band instruments when the Sai Symphony Orchestra was invited to perform abroad. Working with the Ministry of Culture, Government of India. This is the most recent incident. We had to work with the Ministry of Culture to get customs duty waiver for Bhagwan's 21-foot marble statue that has been shipped all the way from Italy. It has just reached Chennai port and it's expected in Muddenahalli early next week. Managing charter planes. In between 2017 and 2019, we had the unique opportunity to manage charter planes from Bangalore to Mumbai to Delhi to Kolkata to Dehradun and back to Bangalore. So it was an incredible opportunity to work on each of these challenging tasks. Swami keeps us on our toes with never a dull day at work. In a mission that is so dynamic, we are always on the go, ready for any challenge. We are trained by Sadhguru to always say, I am possible. Through our work, we have realized that the true mission is ourselves in each of our transformation. We have a short video that showcases what each member feels and thinks of this mission. Can we have the video, please?
We all are working for the welfare of all, and I was so particularly pleased that the moment I entered the new office space, the motto of the institution was right on top of the wall at the reception, which says, Atmano Mokshartam Jagat Hijaya Cha. So clear. This history of this building is particularly very close to my heart because, as you know, this was the very foundation of this mission. So those who are housed in this office, though it is very congested and quite small and may not be as a big corporate office, but you must remember you are stepping on the piece of history every morning when you come into this office. And that should ignite you, inspire you to do what this mission is bound to do.
When I joined the institution way back in 2009, we had no idea that this mission would grow in the way it has grown. And at that point in time, Muddenahalli was a very, very small place with hardly about 800 students here. And we didn't even have an university here at that time. So it was just children from 6th standard all the way to the pre-university. That is how it was at that particular point in time in November of 2009. The kind of growth that this institution has seen is just phenomenal. I think the game changer was during COVID when Sadhguru created an interest in all of us in Paravidya, and I think that has personally helped me so much. Of the amazing things that Sadhguru has done for this mission, the knowledge of Paravidya and the interest that he has created in Paravidya personally for me has made a huge difference to my own life.
Sairam, I came here as a totally modern mindset girl, thinking I would work only for 9-to-5 job with 0% interest in spirituality. Then back then I was like that. Then now I had completely this mission made a path to me towards my spiritual and personal and professional growth as well as my spiritual growth.
The transition of being a student to working in the trust office has been an overwhelming experience, an opportunity to understand how really things work. Every opportunity is a learning and a lesson to become a better instrument to Swami.
Working with Prashanti Balamandra Trust, it feels like we are working with heaven. It's like life-changing moment for everybody. We can learn many things, how we with the organization. That I've learned many things from especially my seniors like Krishna Madam and Lashiva sir.
This mission has given my life purpose. Before, I used to run behind my goals, but here I discovered my true meaning of inner and outer life.
Thank you, Swami, for giving this opportunity.
This mission has given my life a purpose. Instead of working just for myself, now I feel I'm part of something bigger.
It is a great blessing to work in the land which has the power to make aspirations come true. In this place, Bharatiya Adhyatmika Samskriti is being revived, a wonderful spiritual environment.
After joining the mission, I have come to realize through my work that we are nothing and God is everything. It is our greatest good fortune bestowed on us to serve Him.
राहें बदलती है, मंजिल नहीं बदलती, सेवा की भावना में कभी कमी नहीं चलती, स्वामी की आशीर्वाद है हर कदम पे साथ, मिशन को जानो यही है जीवन की बात. Swami, I am very grateful for guiding me at every step and inspiring me to know the purpose of this life.
Dear Swami, thank you so much for taking care of my both Iha and Para aspects. I am truly enjoying every moment of my service in the admin department, surrounded by spiritually minded people.
For me, the mission is about Atmano Mokshartam Jagat Hitaya Cha. Through Jagat Hitaya Cha, Swami is giving us this amazing opportunity to get Atmano Mokshartam. With the work being so hectic, it is so easy for us to forget all the Jagat Hitaya Cha. But we should also focus on Atmano Mokshartam. Thank you, Swami, for this amazing opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. R.K. Subramanya and Ms. Krishna Subhaga. And today we are pleased to confer the CSR Circle of Honor to the Universal Sompo General Insurance Company Limited, a pioneering name in India's general insurance sector. A unique joint venture between Indian Bank, Indian Overseas Bank, Karnataka Bank Limited, Daba Investment Corporation, and Sompo Japan Insurance Incorporated, Universal Sompo stands as a remarkable example of successful public-private collaboration in the field of financial services. The collaboration between Universal Sompo and the Annapurna Trust began in 2022-23 and continues to flourish through their sustained support to Each One Educate One Foundation for 2 consecutive years, 22-23 and 23-24, Universal Sompo has demonstrated a strong commitment to nurturing education and empowering young lives. We invite on stage Mr. Prem Kumar from the Sales Department to receive the honor. Mr. Prem Kumar. With over 15 years of experience in sales, Mr. Prem is currently serving as the Cluster Sales Manager for the Bangalore region. And with his deep understanding of banking and insurance products, he has been instrumental in driving business growth and fostering customer trust. I invite Mr. Prem Kumar to share a few words with us.
Respected Sadhguru Swamiji, esteemed members of the mission, distinguished guests, and dear friends. It's a truly honor and a privilege to receive this recognition today on behalf of Universal Sompo. Our partnership with the Annapurna Trust began in 2022 and continues to this day, marking 4 wonderful years of collaboration. The morning nutrition program is a simple yet profoundly impactful initiative, nourishing young minds and contributing meaningful to the nation building. At Universal Sompo, we firmly believe in giving back to society, and our CSR initiatives are deeply rooted in this philosophy. Our effort over the years have been on eradicating hunger, poverty, malnutrition, promoting preventive health care, and improving sanitation. This recognition inspires us to strengthen our commitment to serving society and to continue supporting initiatives that brings long-lasting changes. We are deeply grateful for this honor and for being part of this noble cause. Thanks you.
Thank you, Mr. Prem Kumar. This evening, we are delighted to celebrate the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, a country on the northern coast of South America, distinguished by its breathtaking landscapes, from the world's highest waterfall, Angel Falls, to the vast plains of Llanos, the lush Amazon forests, and the serene Caribbean coastline. Venezuela is among the most urbanized countries in Latin America. The nation is known for its vast oil reserves, stunning natural beauty, and extraordinary biodiversity. Despite facing challenges throughout its history, Venezuela stands as a testament to the creativity and determination of its people. Celebrated for its music, dance, and colorful traditions, Venezuela embodies a spirit of togetherness, echoing its motto of hope and solidarity. Today, we pay tribute to Venezuela, a land of natural wonders, cultural richness, and enduring human spirit, where the promise of unity and progress shines with every new dawn. And it's our honor to recognize an extraordinary individual from Venezuela whose life embodies compassion, dedication, and selfless service, Ms. Annalie Acosta. A licensed geriatric nurse at the Central Hospital of Barquisimeto, Annalie's journey as a humanitarian began with a simple act of kindness, taking a sick and a helpless elderly man into her home, offering him care and shelter. That moment of empathy grew into a lifelong mission to provide dignity, love, and care for the society's most vulnerable. In 2010, she founded the Casa Hogar Dr. Jose Gregorio Contreras Foundation, which today serves as a safe and nurturing home for 40 elderly residents and 11 homeless children, including children with Down syndrome. Through her vision, community volunteers, healthcare professionals, and donors come together to sustain this haven of compassion. Her guiding mottos, a place for everyone, and together we can make a difference, reflect the profound impact she has created. Unfortunately, due to health reasons, Ms. Annalie could not be with us today. Accepting the award on her behalf is her daughter, Dariani Gonzalez, the sub-director of the shelter, who continues to carry forward her mother's inspiring legacy. We invite Ms. Dariani Gonzalez to receive the award on behalf of Ms. Annalie. We now request Ms. Gonzalez for the acceptance speech.
Queridos amigos, muchos saludos y bendiciones para todos aquí presentes. Es un gran honor para mi madre, Anneli Acosta, y para mí en su representación, recibir esta distinción. En la Casa Hogar, Dr. José Gregorio Contreras, tratamos de hacer justicia social, brindando abrigo, alimento y compañía a quienes más lo necesitan. Hoy cuidamos a 50 adultos mayores en situación de abandono y 11 niños. Contamos con un equipo de servidores y voluntarios que entregan su tiempo y su corazón sin esperar recompensa alguna. El servicio que prestamos es gratuito y nuestra fuerza motivadora viene de la provisión divina y contamos con el apoyo de hombres y mujeres de buena voluntad. Tenemos la certeza que solo Dios hace posible este servicio y la verdadera gloria pertenece a Jesús de Nazaret, quien nos guía y nos sostiene. Recibimos y aceptamos este reconocimiento con gratitud en nombre de todas las personas que viven, trabajan y ayudan en nuestra casa hogar. Este honor lo recibe hoy mi hija Darianni González, vicepresidenta de la Asociación Civil que fundé y dirijo, y es mi segunda hija de 3 que sirven conmigo en este ministerio familiar desde hace 16 años. Este reconocimiento nos anime a continuar sirviendo con amor y esperanza. Para finalizar, quiero extender una invitación para que juntos sigamos cuidando la dignidad de cada ser humano. Muchas bendiciones para todos. Gracias.
Thank you, Ms. Dariani. Here's a brief translation of the talk by Ms. Dariani. She shared the inspiring work being carried out at the Dr. Jose Gregorio Contreras Home, an institution founded to bring social justice and compassion to those in need. She explained that their mission is to provide shelter, food, care, and companionship completely free of charge to people who have been abandoned or left without support. At present, the home lovingly cares for 50 elderly residents and 11 children, including some with special needs. Ms. Dariani highlighted that the driving force behind the service is divine providence. It's by God's grace that they are able to continue the mission. She affirmed that all glory belongs to Jesus of Nazareth, whose love and guidance sustain their efforts every day. She expressed a deep gratitude on behalf of all the people who live and serve in the home. She mentioned that she represents her mother, Ms. Annelia Costa, the founder and director of the institution, and that she, along with the 2 sisters, has been serving in this family ministry for the past 16 years. She concluded her message with a heartfelt invitation to all of us to continue protecting the dignity of every human being and to carry forward our acts of service with love, hope, and faith. Thank you, Madam. Next, we have Ms. Belkis Kuatan, who will present the culture and traditions of Venezuela. Belkis is a mentor and humanitarian who is devoted to serving the needy. A follower of Bhagwan Baba since 1985, she actively served at the Sai Center of Barquisimeto as a Balvikas teacher for 10 years. Today, guided by Sadhguru Sri Madhusudan Sai and the One World, One Family mission, she continues to mentor and inspire youth and adults, exemplifying service as a path to the divine. Ms. Belkis Kuatan. And her talk will be translated by Ms. Sai Jyoti.
Los sagrados pies de loto de mi amado Sadhguru. Onsairán, buenas tardes a todos. Con profunda gratitud a Sadhguru por este hermoso encuentro, les damos la bienvenida al Festival Cultural Mundial Un Mundo, Una Familia.
With deep gratitude to Sadhguru for this beautiful gathering, we welcome you to the One World, One Family World Cultural Festival.
Hoy ponemos el foco en Venezuela, un país de alma vibrante, fuerza inquebrantable y creatividad sin límites, que se une al coro global de unidad y celebración.
Today, we shine a light on Venezuela, a country of vibrant soul, enduring strength and boundless creativity, joining the global chorus of unity and celebration.
Venezuela es un país donde las cascadas tocan el cielo y la música despierta el alma.
Venezuela is a country where waterfalls touch the sky and music stirs the soul.
Es audaz, hermosa y llena de vida. Un lugar donde la resiliencia baila con la alegría y cada latido resuena con herencia.
It's bold, beautiful, and bursting with life. A place where resilience dances with joy and every heartbeat echoes with heritage.
Con casi 29 millones de habitantes, Venezuela se encuentra en el norte de Sudamérica.
Home to nearly 29 million people, Venezuela is nestled in northern South America.
Sus paisajes van desde el imponente Salto Ángel hasta la vasta Amazonía y la serena costa caribeña. La capital, Caracas, vibra con historia y energía.
Its landscapes range from the towering Angel Falls to the vast Amazon and the serene Caribbean coast. The capital, Caracas, pulses with life and history.
El español es el idioma oficial, pero Venezuela acoge a 26 lenguas regionales, reflejo de su rica diversidad cultural.
Spanish is the official language, but Venezuela embraces 26 regional tongues, reflecting its rich cultural diversity.
La moneda es el bolívar venezolano, símbolo del camino económico y la identidad del país.
The currency is the Venezuelan bolivar, a reminder of the country's economic journey and identity.
La belleza natural de Venezuela es impresionante. Salto Ángel, la cascada más alta del mundo.
Venezuela's natural beauty is breathtaking. This is Angel Falls, world's highest waterfall.
Archipiélago Los Roques, playas vírgenes.
We can see Los Roques Archipiélago, pristine beaches.
Mérida, encanto andino.
Mérida, it's an Andean charm.
Parque Nacional Mochima, biodiversidad marina.
Mochima National Park with marine biodiversity.
Delta del Orinoco, fuente de vida para comunidades indígenas.
Orinoco Delta, lifeblood of indigenous community.
Estos paisajes no son solo postales, son sagrados para quienes los habitan.
These landscapes are not just scenic, they are sacred to the people who call them home.
La vida venezolana está profundamente inspirada en los ideales de Simón Bolívar: libertad, justicia y esperanza.
Venezuelan life is deeply rooted in the ideals of Simón Bolívar: freedom, justice, and hope.
La fe en Dios, la compasión por el prójimo y la fortaleza ante la adversidad guían el alma del país.
Faith in God, compassion for others, and resilience in hardship guide the nation's soul.
Servir a la humanidad es servir a lo divino.
Serving humanity is seen as serving the divine.
La cocina venezolana es una fiesta de sabor y tradición.
Venezuelan cuisine is a celebration of flavor and tradition.
Arepas, hallacas y cachapas llenan los hogares de calidez.
Arepas, hallacas, and cachapas fill homes with warmth.
El plátano es un ingrediente esencial y platos como el pabellón vegetariano reflejan el amor por la comida nutritiva y abundante.
Plantains are a staple, and dishes like a pabellón vegetariano reflect the country's love for wholesome, hearty meals.
La vestimenta venezolana es agradable y expresiva.
Venezuelan attire is joyful and expressive.
Las mujeres lucen faldas largas y blusas floreadas con volantes.
Women wear flowing floral skirts and ruffled blouses.
Mientras que los hombres llevan sombreros de paja y el elegante traje liqui-liqui.
While men wear straw hats and the elegant liqui-liqui suit.
El alma artística de Venezuela fusiona raíces indígenas, africanas y europeas.
Venezuela's artistic soul blends indigenous, African, and European influences.
La música y el baile del joropo resuenan en las celebraciones.
Joropo music and dance echo through celebrations.
Festividades como el carnaval y los diablos danzantes de Corpus Christi unen las comunidades en una expresión vibrante.
Festivals like Carnival and Corpus Christi bring communities together in a vibrant expression.
Venezuela ha regalado al mundo talentos que elevan a la humanidad.
Venezuela has gifted the world with minds and talents that uplift humanity.
entre ellos el doctor Jacinto Convit, quien revolucionó la salud pública, y Gustavo Dudamel, cuyo talento dirige sinfonías que inspiran y transforman comunidades.
Among them, Dr. Jacinto Convit, who revolutionized public health, and Gustavo Dudamel, whose baton brings symphonies to life and hope to communities.
Venezuela, como muchas naciones, enfrenta dificultades económicas, especialmente en zonas rurales y remotas.
Venezuela, like many nations, is navigating economic hardship, with rural and remote communities feeling the strain most deeply.
Pero incluso en tiempos difíciles, el espíritu de unidad brilla.
Yet, even in these trying times, the spirit of unity shines through.
Ciudadanos, instituciones y grupos religiosos se unen para apoyarse y fortalecer los lazos comunitarios.
Citizens along institutions and faith-based groups are joining hands to uplift one another and strengthen the bonds of community.
Y aún así, el amor prevalece. Más de 50,000 comidas han sido repartidas.
Yet, love prevails. Over 50,000 meals have been shared.
Niños reciben útiles escolares y tutorías, y la ayuda médica llega a quienes la necesitan.
Children receive supplies and tutoring, and medical aid reaches those in need.
Las visitas semanales a hogares de ancianos ofrecen no solo alimento y cuidado, sino también dignidad y compañía.
Weekly visits to nursing homes offer not just food and care, but dignity and companionship.
Venezuela está en una encrucijada, pero su corazón sigue firme. Con compasión y fuerza colectiva, muestra al mundo que el amor, la resiliencia y el servicio pueden iluminar el camino.
Venezuela stands at a crossroads, but its heart is strong. With compassion and collective strength, it shows the world that love, resilience, and service can light the way.
Gracias por acompañarnos en este viaje. Un mundo, una familia.
Thank you for walking this journey with us. One world, one family.
Thank you, Ms. Belkis Kuatin, and thank you, Sai Jyoti, for the excellent translation. We'll now have a video showcasing the service activities carried out in Venezuela by the volunteers of the One World, One Family mission. May we have the video, please? Thank you. The video is a testimony showcasing that service and devotion unite each and everyone across the globe to carry forward the spirit of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one world, one family. Thank you. We now invite Ms. Gardima Hernandez to share her inspiring journey, the power of love in action. Ms. Gardima is a courageous soul whose journey from life's deepest trials to spiritual awakening is truly inspiring. Having faced abandonment and adversity in her childhood, she found solace, guidance, and healing through the divine presence of Bhagwan Baba. Her experiences transformed bitterness into profound love and compassion, guiding her towards a life dedicated to service. Under the continued guidance of Sadhguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, Ms. Hernandez has participated in countless service initiatives, bringing comfort, support, and hope to those in need. Her life stands as a living testament to the principle, to serve man is to serve God, showing how personal transformation can blossom into selfless service. Ms. Gardima Hernandez. Will be translated by Ms. Sai Jyoti.
Buenas tardes a todos los aquí presentes y a quienes nos acompañan desde distintas partes del mundo.
Good evening to everyone here and to all who are joining from around the world.
Con gratitud deseo reconocer a Sadhguru Sri Madhusudan Sai por reunirnos en este sagrado encuentro de un mundo, una familia, y por haberme dado la oportunidad de compartir mi viaje de transformación.
With gratitude, I acknowledge Sadhguru Sri Madhusudan Sai for uniting us in this sacred gathering of one world, one family, and for giving me the chance to share my journey of transformation.
Mi nombre es Gardima Hernández de Mangieri.
My name is Gardima Hernández de Mangieri.
Como muchos, mi vida ha estado llena de desafíos, pero hoy veo esos desafíos como peldaños que me prepararon para crecer.
Like many, my life has been full of challenges, but I now see those challenges as the stepping stones that prepare me for growth.
A los 11 años comencé a trabajar para mantenerme.
At the age of 11, I began working to support myself.
A los 15 me convertí en madre, descubriendo la responsabilidad y el valor que a través del amor hacia mis hijos.
At 15, I became a mother, discovering responsibility and courage through the love I held for my children.
Más adelante enfrenté matrimonios y separaciones.
Later, I faced marriages and separations.
Estas experiencias, aunque difíciles, me dieron empatía y fuerza para perseverar, cualidades que luego moldearían mi manera de servir a los demás.
These experiences, while difficult, gave me resilience, empathy, and the strength to persevere, qualities that would later shape the way I serve others.
Mi búsqueda de sentido no comenzó en templos ni contextos sagrados, sino en el silencio de una infancia rota, cuando sentía una presencia invisible que me abrazaba en medio del dolor.
My search for meaning did not begin in temples or sacred texts. It began in the silence of a broken childhood, when I felt an unseen presence embracing me through the pain.
En el año 2000, esa presencia se reveló con mayor claridad. Soñé con un hombre quien no conocía, y más tarde lo reconocí en una fotografía. Era Baba.
In the year 2000, this presence revealed itself more clearly. I dreamt of a man I did not know, and later recognized him in a photo as Baba.
Poco después, una amiga me invitó a un centro espiritual. Al principio no comprendía del todo lo que ocurría, pero sueños continuaban cada vez más claros y frecuentes, y sentía que se formaba una profunda comunicación dentro de mi corazón.
Soon after, a friend invited me to a spiritual center. At first, I did not fully understand what was happening, but the dreams continued, clearer and more frequent, and I felt a deep communication forming within my heart.
Uno de los momentos más poderosos de mi vida ocurrió durante un encuentro de oración y música. En un profundo silencio interior, me sentí rodeada de luz.
One of the most powerful moments of my life came during a gathering of prayer and music. In a deep moment of stillness, I felt surrounded by light.
Lo que experimenté no fue tanto lo que vi, sino lo que produjo dentro de mí.
What I experienced was not so much, but it was more about what it did within me.
La amargura y el resentimiento que llevaba hacia mis padres, hacia mi familia, simplemente se disolvió.
The bitterness and resentment I had carried towards my family simply dissolved.
En su lugar surgió el amor, el perdón, la paz, y desde ese instante mi relación con ellos sanó.
In that place, it became love, forgiveness, and peace. From that moment onward, my relationship with them was healed.
En el año 2005 tuve la oportunidad de viajar a India. Allí conocí en persona a la presencia que tantas veces había aparecido en mis sueños. Sentada en silencio, me pregunté por qué me había sentido tan sola en mis momentos más oscuros.
In 2005, I was given the chance to travel to India. There, I met the person and the presence that had appeared so often in my dreams. Sitting quietly, I wondered why I had felt so alone in my darkest moments.
En esa quietud surgió un recuerdo vivido, mi hermano y yo recogiendo frutos bajo un árbol de ponsigué.
In that stillness, a vivid memory surfaced, my brother and I gathering a fruit under a ponsiguet tree.
En ese mismo instante, alguien colocó en mis manos un fruto de ese mismo árbol como ofrenda.
At that same moment, fruit from the same tree was placed into my hands as a gift.
Sentí que era la señal poderosa de que incluso en un momento difícil nunca había estado realmente sola.
It felt like a powerful sign that even in my hardest times, I had never been truly alone.
Desde aquel día comprendí que la espiritualidad no consiste en buscar afuera, sino en reconocer lo que siempre ha estado dentro.
From that day, I understood that spirituality is not about searching outside, but recognizing what has always been within.
Para mí este camino ha sido de sanación, de perdón, de descubrimiento de la fuerza y el amor que siempre habitaron en mi interior.
For me, this path has been one of healing, forgiveness, and discovering the strength and love that had always been there.
Mi servicio comenzó como un acto sencillo, como ayudar a los niños en las calles.
My service journey began with simple acts, like helping children on the streets.
Al principio deseaba ser reconocido por lo que hacía.
At first, I wanted to be recognized for what I was doing.
Pero con el tiempo esa necesidad desapareció y el servicio se volvió natural, fluyendo desde el corazón sin expectativas.
But as time went on, that need disappeared. Service became natural, flowing from the heart without expectation.
A través de la Fundación Un Mundo, Una Familia, encontré una plataforma donde ese amor podía transformarse en acción colectiva.
Through the One World, One Family Foundation, I found a platform where this love could grow into a collective action.
El servicio dejó de ser una actividad para convertirse en una forma de vivir.
Service became more than an activity. It became a way of living.
Una oportunidad de aliviar el dolor, de compartir un poco lo que tenemos y multiplicar las bendiciones a través del dar.
It became a chance to ease pain, to share what little we have and to multiply blessings by giving it.
Se transformó en una manera de unir a las personas más allá de las diferentes culturas, religión o nación.
It became a way to unite people across differences of culture, religion, and or nation.
Pude ver este espíritu de unidad durante la inauguración del ashram de Argentina.
I saw this spirit of oneness during the inauguration of the ashram in Argentina.
Anunciado en plena pandemia, parecía imposible, sin embargo, en poco tiempo el salón fue construido.
Announced during the pandemic, it seemed impossible. Yet, within a short time, the hall was built.
Cuando entré, me invadió una profunda emoción.
When I entered, I was overcome with emotion.
Al ofrecer la luz, no pude contener las lágrimas.
I could not stop crying.
Y se sentía como un sueño hecho realidad, una prueba de lo que se puede lograr cuando las personas se unen con sinceridad y amor.
It felt like a dream made real, proof of what can be achieved when people come together with sincerity and love.
En este camino también he abrazado las 5D enseñadas por Sadhguru: devoción, determinación, disciplina, decisión, dedicación.
On this path, I have also embraced the 5 Ds that Sadhguru teaches: devotion, determination, discipline, decision, and dedication.
Estos valores me han ayudado a perseverar, a colaborar con otros y a crecer en armonía e inclusión.
These values have helped me to persevere, to collaborate with others, and to grow in harmony and inclusiveness.
El juicio ha ido suavizando y así sigo aprendiendo a ver a Dios en todo.
Judgment has softened, and I continue learning to see the divinity in everything.
Las enseñanzas simples de Sadhguru me guían cada día.
Sadhguru's simple teachings guide me every day.
Pase lo que pase, acéptalo y sé agradecido.
Whatever happens, accept it and be grateful.
El día que dejemos de juzgar, conoceremos la verdadera felicidad.
The day we stop judging, we will know happiness.
No vivas para agradar los egos. Vive con la certeza de que somos una sola humanidad.
Do not live to please egos. Live with the certainty that we are only one humanity.
Estas verdades me recuerdan que todos fuimos creados con la misma chispa divina y que la vida no está hecha para desperdiciarla, sino para vivirla con amor y servicio.
These truths remind me that we are all created with the same spark of divinity, and that life is not to be wasted, but live with love and service.
Mirando hacia el futuro, mi sueño es expandir el servicio en Venezuela a través de 3 proyectos.
Looking ahead, my dream is to expand service in Venezuela through 3 projects.
Becas para estudiantes de familias vulnerables.
Scholarships for students from vulnerable families.
Acceso a medicina y servicio de salud para quienes lo necesiten.
Access to medicine and health services for those in need.
Un hospital de calidad con atención integral para todos.
A quality hospital with comprehensive care for all.
Estos no son solo proyectos locales, sino expresiones de la visión de Sadhguru, que el amor y el servicio llegue a todos y a todas partes.
These are not just local projects, they are expressions of Sadhguru's vision that love and service should reach everyone and everywhere.
El camino no ha sido fácil, pero he aprendido que el servicio no requiere perfección, sino sinceridad.
The path has not been easy, but I have learned that service does not require perfection, but it requires sincerity.
En este viaje, el mayor regalo no es lo que damos, sino cómo el amor nos devuelve multiplicado lo que ofrecemos.
On this journey, the greatest gift is not what we give, but how love gives back to us.
Hoy estoy aquí con gratitud por los desafíos que Hoy estoy aquí con gratitud por los desafíos que se convirtieron en mis maestros, por la presencia que me ha guiado y porque Sadhguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, cuya misión de un mundo, una familia, nos llama a construir un mundo donde la compasión no tenga límites, el amor no tenga fronteras y el servicio se convierta en nuestro lenguaje común.
Today, I stand here with gratitude for the challenges that became my teachers, for the presence that guided me, and for Sadhguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, whose mission of One World, One Family calls us to build a world where compassion has no limits, love has no borders, and service becomes our shared language.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gadama Hernandez, and thank you, Ms. Sai Jyoti, for the translation. We now invite Sri Pramod Madhvaraj to address all of us. Sri Pramod represented the Udupi constituency in the Karnataka Legislative Assembly and continues to serve society through the M. Madhvaraj Charitable Trust, established in memory of his father. The trust extends its support to the underprivileged in the fields of healthcare, education, marriage assistance, as well as various social and religious causes. Sri Pramod Madhvaraj.
Today is the 61st day of the 100-day celebration of the century of Sathya Sai Baba, and we have the august presence of Sadhguru Madhusudan Sai. My humble salutations to Sadhguru. My humble salutations to Sathya Sai Baba. All the elders who have participated in this great function, especially from Venezuela, all my brothers and sisters, and all the students and the members of the teaching faculty. I feel humbled because a small person like me, today I had an opportunity to share dais with a great personality with divine qualities, Madhusudan Sai Sadhguru, and I deem it the best day of my life to be in this august gathering. I come from Udupi. You know that Udupi is famous for the Sri Krishna temple. Sri Krishna temple was established in the 12th century by one of the three greatest saints of the Sanathana Dharma, Madhvacharya, who propagated Dvaita philosophy. Madhvacharya was once talking to his disciples. He asked his disciples, those days there was no democracy. The country, the provinces were all run by kings and chieftains. He asked the disciples, we pay taxes to the king in spite of not receiving the best services, which is true even today. We pay taxes to the government, but there is no guarantee that we will get electricity. But every month the electricity bill will land at our doorstep. We pay taxes for the water. Again, there is no guarantee that we will get water, but the bill will eventually, on the dedicated time, it will reach us. We pay taxes to the king whether we get the service or not. And in the present day to the government, whether we get the service or not. And Madhvacharya asked, God has given us so much, oxygen, water, land. What taxes are we paying to the Almighty? There is a hospital nearby. If somebody gets into the ICU and has to live on oxygen, I'm sure every day the oxygen bill would come to 3,000 rupees a day. And we are getting free oxygen throughout our life. So the oxygen that has been given by God, I think it runs into crores of rupees. So Madhvacharya asks, what tax are we paying to the God? Nobody could answer. Acharya himself answers. He says, if you help others, if you serve the people, that is the tax you pay to the God. And today, having come here, I can undoubtedly claim that the highest taxpayer to God is none other than Madhusudan Sai Sadguru. He may not be a taxpayer to the government, but he is a taxpayer to the God Almighty by the service that he is rendering. A free medical college cannot even be thought of when there is so much of commercialization in education, so much of commercialization in medical field and everywhere. If somebody is giving free service, it could be never other than Sadguru Madhusudan Sai. Veda Vyasa, he has contributed the Vedas, the Bhagavad Gita to the world. We have the Vedashala. I went to the Vedashala before coming here. The students in the Vedashala said they have to study for 15 years to understand Veda and Bhagavad Gita. And 3 years of PhD, 18 years. How can a common man like you and me understand the Veda and the Bhagavad Gita? Even if you read it, we don't understand. So people went to Vedavasa. They said, we are unable to understand Veda and Bhagavad Gita. Please tell us in one sentence how we should live. Then Vedavyasa said, Paropakarave punya, parapidane papa. If you help others, that is punya. If you trouble others, that is papa. And that punya phala, if somebody has in abundance, it is Sadguru Sai. This is called a Sai Grama. A Grama is a village. Probably in Karnataka, we may have about 50,000 villages. In India, we may have few lakh villages. In the world, we may have few crore villages. But the best, blessed village of the world today is Sai Grama. This is what I can proclaim. Without the fear of being contradicted. And it is a great pleasure to be part of this celebration. Bhagwan Sathya Sai Baba was known for his compassion, for his love, for the love towards the disciples. The same tradition has been continued. And it is not the same. It is much more than what Sathya Sai Baba has done. In the last 8 years, if there is so much of transformation, if a hall of this magnitude is constructed in just 8 months, if a medical college is constructed in just 9 months, and a 600-bedded super specialty hospital could be completed in 18 months, if not for divine intervention, if not for the divinity that is inside Madhusudan Sadguru, would it have been possible? Would it have been humanly possible? No. So we are all privileged to be his disciples. I especially think that the students who come and join here, you are the most blessed students of the world. There could be no better privilege, no better college, no better school than what is happening in the 23 campuses. I had gone to the campus of Kalburgi. Kalburgi is a very backward district of Karnataka. But in Kalburgi, the best campus we could ever have is the campus of Sadguru Madhusudan Sai. Today is 15th October, 1510. October is 10th month. So if you add all that, 1 plus 5 plus 1 plus 0, it is 7. And today is the 61st day. If you add 6 and 1, again it is 7. So this is on a divine day, I had the opportunity to be here. And I seek the blessings of Madhusudan Sai Sadguru so that I can serve the society better. I draw inspiration from him. I have tried my little to do something for the society. But from today, I shall try to do much more. With these words, my humble salutations to Sadguru and to all those who are here. Thank you, one and all. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir, for an inspirational speech reminding us how privileged we are to be a part of this mission. We'd like to extend our token of gratitude and appreciation to Sri Pramod Madhuraj. Sir, your presence and participation in today's event, we really respect that. Thank you very much. We now pray to Sadguru to bless us with this benedictory message.
अष्टादश पुराणेषु व्यासस्य वचनद्वयं परोपकाराय पुण्याय पापाय parapīdanam. This is what Sri Pramod Madhuraj ji just now explained, that Vedavyasa summarized the teachings, all the teachings in just 2 phrases. Paropakaraya punyaya papaya parapīdanam. To help others is merit and to harm others is sin. If one can live by just simple 2 principle life, that let us not harm anyone because that is akin to committing sins, and let us help everyone because that is equal to having merits, punya and papa. How simply he explained the very essence of the scriptures and spoke from his heart about our work and all that is going on, and I am very happy to be the highest taxpayer to God. What he said is exactly what was the first discourse I heard from Bhagwan. When I joined as a student in 1996, in the month of May, I went to Whitefield campus after my admission. That time I did not know this would be the future. So I was just a part of 1,500 students or something of the university and schools and all that. And I was sitting in the auditorium. And I was very, very eager to hear how Bhagwan speaks because I had no experience of that before. And we did not have YouTubes like today where you could see things and know how the people are. So the auditorium of the college of Whitefield Institute is where he came to inaugurate the summer course. That time it was called Summer Course in Indian Culture and Spirituality. And that used to be about 15 days program before the students joined the university. So after your entrance and interview and when you are selected, you have to report at Whitefield campus because during summers Puttaparthi used to be very hot. So he used to stay in Whitefield for a month and a half or 2 months, sometimes more. So we would all come there, and how you are all staying here, in one room where 6 used to stay, now 12 are staying because everybody's, gathered here. Likewise, we were all staying. And I went for the meeting, and I was very eager. As I said, I was a new student. I was very excited to hear what he says. The first discourse, the first thing he said was this, that even if government gives you something, it charges you taxes for it. But God gives you water, air, sunlight, earth, and all these gifts of nature, does not ask you for 1 rupee in return. So what should be our gratitude to God? What should be? You can go and check the summer course, first discourse, May 1996. And you will hear the same words what he spoke. And Bhagavan said, God is so kind and merciful, like a father, like a mother. He gives everything out of love, does not ask us for anything in return. Sai Baba, he explains, Sa means divine, I means mother, Baba means father. So the divine mother and father does not charge anybody, gives everything for free because out of love, just like parents do for their children. What can we do in return for that God, he asked. What should be our way of showing gratitude to that God? And he said God does not expect anything for himself. Because what does he need after all? He gives everything. All you can do is to be good and do good to others. And that's exactly what you said. So I was reminded of my first conversation of discourse of Bhagwan way back in 96. And that really stayed with me because it never occurred to me that yes, God does not charge us anything for whatever he gives. If you believe that God exists and God is the one who has created the universe and all the elements and everything in it. But never we paid any taxes to God. Never we have paid any charges to God. So that was his logic, that good people should live like how God lives, selflessly for others' sake. So that is how I remember the first discourse, and I'm very happy that this message of India is timeless. It is not just Baba's message or Pramodji's message or my message or some Vedavyasa's message. This is the message of the eternal Samskruti, the culture of India, which always thought of the good of others and believed that you reach divine only through doing good. That is the path to God. I often say GOOD is good and God is God. So if you do good, you will find God. And that is very simple. And that's all we are here to do. One World, One Family mission is all about doing good and reaching God. We had Krishna and Shivu present administrative aspects of our institution. They spoke very little actually. They do a lot of work. But I think they simply follow the principle of talk less and work more. So they just talked about 1 or 2 things, but you can imagine for such a huge trust, what kind of administration work must be going on in the background. Yet with a very small team, they do the work. And I'm very happy because we have such amazing people with us who are so dedicated. They are professionals because they have worked outside, they know how to run places. At the same time, they are so spiritual. It's an amazing combination of professionalism with spirituality. Many ashrams are there. They are very spiritual, but they are not professional. Many NGOs are there, very professional, but not spiritual. This is a rare and very unique combination that we are blessed with. We have a lot of professional people here. At the same time, they are very spiritual. And that is why this is growing so fast. So when they were speaking, I was remembering the early days, how difficult everything was. We had to run from pillar to post. to get even a simple thing done. There was nothing here. There was no infrastructure. 10 years ago, it was really a Grama. There was nothing here. Even to get an internet connection, you have to take your phone and keep roaming, and wherever you catch the signal, stand there and talk. And one breeze or something, and that signal also disappears. Then you start searching, like you search for bomb squads, people search for bombs, the other used to search for signals. Stand under trees and talk, only as long as the signal is available. What all we went through, there were hardly a handful of staff. There was nothing called processes and administration. One small office was running a small setup over here, and suddenly it exploded into a global mission. Suddenly, in 10 years' time. And I do not know how did it happen. People ask me, how did it happen? I said, even I do not know how it happened. It just happened. Its time had come, and the divine had willed, and it had to happen. And people came one by one, all of you came. And they came, and everybody started working in their own ways and started doing their best. That is how this mission grew. And they are always on their toes, especially the administrative section, Krishna and Shivu. Because anything that is needed to be done, I would tell them only first. And then they have to find people to get it done. And especially I would like to mention that Shivu has been such a level-headed, such a cool and calm, despite all the challenges. Maybe in his office it might be different. In front of me, the only word I have ever heard from him is, yes, Swami, that's what he will say. He never says, no, Swami, not possible, can we do something else? Never. In my association with him, as far as I know him, never he has said no. He always said, yes, Swami, and then he'll go and find out how to do it. Not find out how it cannot be done, say, come and report that it cannot be done, no. He'll go and find out how can he do it. Extremely sincere and extremely spiritual. And it is to his parents and his upbringing, which is the reason why he's like that. So that is the kind of dedication we have. And here on the other side, Krishna, she came here, and not only she looks after the administration, she looks after many other activities. The Even Foundation is there. Then a lot of guests are there. All the guests who are sitting here, they know who is the person you must go to if you want anything under the sky. So everybody calls her up for everything. But she patiently deals with all of them, works very hard, almost till midnight, and does what needs to be done. Never refuses. And travel desk, when it came, because we used to travel in small places. I remember the first time we wanted to travel, I was not traveling, Narsimurtiji was traveling. His visas were getting rejected because even the letter that we were drafting was not very professional. So the visa agencies were simply rejecting letters. So we had to get somebody to advise us how to write an application. From there it started, and today how much we have traveled, I have no clue. We have gone around the world 4 to 5 times minimum in the last 5-6 years, and to many countries. And students have traveled. Which university will take their graduates or postgraduates to Singapore, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, or Europe? Europe, even big professionals have not gone. It's quite a task. But our devotees, they help, they organize, and that is one part of it. Imagine their parents traveling with me to going abroad. These are farmers, shopkeepers, auto drivers, taxi drivers, and homemakers, women. They have never spoken a word in English, but they got all their passports, they got their visas, they traveled. I think 3 batches have traveled so far with their parents, 100 of them every time. And they also saw the world. And when they went back to their villages, I'm sure they were celebrities. Foreign return. In India, it's a big thing that you went abroad and came. And all that thanks to Krishna. And so many times it was touch and go for us because visas won't come in time. So when I called them and told we are going to have a 100 days function, you can imagine all the visas of all the guests who are arriving from different countries have to be processed. And we have to issue letter, we have to talk to the embassies here and in their countries, coordinate, get everything done on time. 61 days, not a single day we have missed. Not a single day of function has been missed. Every day, the countries have come here, their people have come, they have presented their culture, they have presented their music or whatever cultural presentations, the artists have traveled, and how many touch and go situations, but it never failed. Every day it happened because people like them are working behind the scenes. And the great, though it's a very small team, a very efficient administrative team also works behind with them. They did not even have a proper office. Imagine they all worked for Oracles and MC Square and places like that. I have also worked earlier in a bank, so I know we expect a certain office environment, a cabin, a desk, chair. What was there here? Nothing. They just were managing. It was in some time that little office and all was made. I was feeling very bad because they did not have enough place. Even now they are living in a very congested space. But their new office is coming up, the Seva Sadhana building, which is right across the Premamrutham building. And that is coming up. It's a 3-story building with all office spaces, all the modern amenities that they require. And I hope by November it will be available for you all to work from. So that is going to be a good office building. Everybody will shift here. The entire, that has become the trust's main office, and all the departments will shift there, because right now they're scattered in around the ashram in their own way they are working. But that will become a central office for everybody. And that will happen hopefully by November. They are working, and then they all can shift and work from there. So they deserve that, because such a huge organization, they manage from very old building. But of course that old building is a heritage building, but I want to turn it into a heritage museum when you shift your offices from there, because that was the first building these Tyagajivis built really with so much of struggle and strife. That time to get even one room ready was a task. I'm talking about 70s, 80s. Everything was a task. Who would give money to a small bunch of people who here had no name, nothing? It was Bhagwan's grace that something happened at least here. But like that they have built with great sacrifices. So we will keep that building, but turn it to a heritage building, and with a kind of guest visitors and all, they can know the story of this place by moving into that building. But you all can shift to the new office building. Yesterday we also heard from HR. HR, there is nothing called HR over here, human resources. Sai Guru came. He was in the US. He had a diplomatic passport. He was working with World Bank's treasury and risk management. Some of the children won't even understand the size of profile that it is. But it is quite an honorable thing to work there in the US. And then he left, came here, and I told you start with HR. He had his expertise in other things, but he said, okay, whatever you say. So many processes that we put in place to run such a huge institution efficiently. HR is not just about issuing their appointment letters and paying salaries. There is a whole lot of things. So many regulations are there. You must comply with all of them. So many other things are there. Then digitizing it, making it modern to make sure it is seamless. And recruiting so many people and convincing them to work in villages is not easy. City-based hospitals, schools, colleges, universities can easily get people. Rural India, who will get? These campuses in rural India, who's going to go and work there? A university in Kalburgi, as Pramoji was mentioning, which professor wants to go and work in a Kalburgi rural university? So finding right people, putting him in everywhere, and then getting all of them to work and work efficiently, performance reviews, keeping them motivated, incentivized, complying with government norms on regulations. It's a lot of work. All that was done in 10 years. We were 5 people, 6 people in that time, those who were working behind the scenes. And today, the employee strength, I am told, is 2,600 people in formal way. Informal employees also will be there, the small workers, cleaners, gardeners, and I don't know how many people like that. That is just the Prashanti Balmandira Trust. Then we have Annapurna Trust, then we have Sanjeevani Trust. You can only imagine the size of the whole thing. And even is there, and so many other foundations. All of these are the people who make the things happen. They are the movers and shakers. And I may get the credit of paying the highest taxes, but not without them. So we all share the taxes. They all are part of this punya. Without them, it is not possible. So this is the amazing team, what you call God's team, you can say. This is a God's team which works, and that is why all these magic happens. Without that, it won't happen at all. And anything and everything they have delivered. The biggest challenges also they have delivered. And that kind of dedication, they don't see watch and work. Looking at your watch and working is an employee's way of doing things. But a missionary does not look at watch and work. For him, the mission is 24/7, all the time. Like God, like Sun God. All the time he is working. We may not see him in the night in India, but he is working elsewhere on the other side of the world. So that is how God works, that is how God's people work. And that is why this mission is growing. This afternoon somebody was telling, Swami, you said this is 100 days work, but you are working like 500 days, 5 times the work every day. I said, that is how this mission has grown. Some people say in 10 years, how could this become so big? It is not 10 years worth of work. It is 50 years worth of work done in 10 years. That is why it has grown this big. That is why it has progressed so fast. Because of people like them. Because of people like them. So people are our strength, and we as HR also are super committed to the welfare of our people. Come whatever happens, I will make everybody wait, but I don't make our employees and their salaries wait. I told them very clearly. Vendors are there, they are also doing construction, but they have other means of survival. If not this project, they'll be doing some project in some other place, and they'll make some little profit out of it, so they will survive. They won't, but our employees, they cannot survive. They are dependent on only this. We can never delay, but how much advertise, sometimes delays happen 3 days, 2 days, this way, that way. But by God's grace, not even 1 month of these many years of compensations have been missed. In fact, increments have been given, bonuses have been given, and additional benefits have been given, welfare schemes have been given. Not even 1 month we have missed through COVID or through whatever time, and we have only grown and grown and grown. And just to give you a small glimpse of what it is, yesterday I forgot to tell when HR was speaking, there are too many things yesterday, so I missed that. But we started with hardly 50 employees would be there here in all the campuses initially put together. And what would be the monthly requirement was just 5 lakh rupees. 5 lakh rupees of salaries for 35, 40 people or 50 people, that's all was the requirement. Today, 1 month's requirement is 10 crore rupees salaries for these 2,600 plus people. Where is 5 lakhs 10 years or 12 years ago, and where is 10 crores per month today? That is the size of HR that has expanded. And how is it all running? When today somebody, very senior bureaucrat had come, he said, I just can't understand how you are running this. Because I'm a government person, it's all about budget and how much is the income, how much is the expenditure, how much is the revenue, what are the taxes. We are always sitting and calculating that. Then only we design budgets, and then we struggle to implement half of those ideas. How is it possible? And I was telling him, see, for charity in India, you must come out with some strong policies. As charity, we suffer a lot in the sense that we do not have very good policies to support us. Think of America. The foundations there are totally tax exempt. Anybody donates 100% tax exemption. In India, it is not 100% tax exemption. So people shy away from donating because they only can get so much tax benefit, not for all the money. In the UK, where we have a charity, when you donate, you not only get 100% tax exemption, you get 20% extra benefit from the government as a gift for doing good. Here, we are not having any of such schemes. All that is there, whatever donations comes is income tax free for only the charity. GST, we pay so much of GST. I was telling how much GST we have paid. More than 250 crore rupees of GST we have paid in the last 12 years of our work in construction, in so many other ways. That's additional tax burden on the trust. I said so many things have to be done. Plus, we cannot hold good corpuses in India because we cannot invest in stocks, bonds, shares, properties, unlike US, UK, Australia and other countries. Even if somebody donates a property, you have to sell it within a year, otherwise it gets taxed. Or an investment like shares or bonds, any risky investment, they get taxed. But I told if I put money in FD, it hardly grows because inflation and healthcare is 20%, 25% a year. And your interest rate is 3%, 4% on a large FD. It means I'm losing every year 20% money. How will we run this place? I was asking all these questions to that bureaucrat, that what policy do you have on charity? You don't allow us to hold stocks and bonds or properties. How will we earn or how will we grow? You don't give full income tax exemption to us for people who invest or donate to us. You don't even allow us exemptions from taxes like GST, which is 18% on everything. So you can imagine if you're building a hospital worth 800 crore rupees, almost 150 crore rupees will go in your GST. So I was arguing like this, that you should do something. He said, in my 37 years of bureaucratic career, in the power corridors of Delhi and all these places, I have never heard our ministers sit and discuss about how to help charities, how to come with policy. We have thought about policies for industry, policy for government programs, policy for so many things, foreign policy to this policy to that policy. But never I have heard a discussion happening on how to help charities do their jobs more efficiently. Maybe it would have happened, he was not privy to that, but not at a scale where it caught the attention of the entire ministry or the cabinet. That never happened, he said. He said, maybe you people should lead the way and probably show the way of forming good policies. So I said, yes, we at this point in time are the largest private charity in India, bigger than some of the biggest names that you hear in terms of every year's expenditure. We are spending close to 1,000 crores a year in operational and capital expenditure across all our trusts put together. This year it would be 1,000 crores. But no such benefits come to a charity like this. So I was going on saying that even the biggest of the charity that are there in India, private as well as this, they don't spend that kind of money every year for the sake of public good. So our expenditure is the highest, but we don't have a corpus, we don't have any other benefits, because of which we continuously lose a lot of, we bleed, or we have this leaking bucket. So what can you do about it? So he said, we will sit and work on some policy paper. You also send your ideas, we will send ideas. Then it will take a while, he said, because to get all these things approved, agreed, made into a law, a rule, it takes a lot of time. I said, I understand that. But once done, it is forever, isn't it? Forever. That will help. So like this, as a charity, we have been very professional in our approach, but also very spiritual. At the end, it is free for all. There is no discrimination of caste, creed, geography, nationality, gender. No, absolutely. Everybody gets equal treatment. Everybody gets the same quality of services without any discrimination. And that is how it should be. A charity should be like that. What he said, our ancient India, Vedic Gurukulas or our hospitals, Vaidyas were treating people for free. They were not charging anybody anything. Because they were completely rooted in the original Indian principle that health, education, food, all these are basic rights. And if possible, for the government, they should do. If not, everybody should participate. So Dhanam or charity was a part of Indian way of life. Everybody did charity every day, irrespective of how big or small they were. People even kept pots of water outside their homes so that the passers-by can drink a glass if they are thirsty. They kept water for birds and animals in their village squares. They kept even what we do, kolam or mugu or whatever we call in here. When we do that outside the house, we used to do with rice flour so that birds and insects will get something to eat. Today it's all artificial powder. So the spirit of it is gone. Only ritual has remained, spirit of the spiritual is gone. Why we did what we did. Everybody was, and every household, every family would keep a fistful of rice in a small pot, and they will finally end of the month give it to the temple for cooking, for prasadam for all, annadanam for all. So these were simple measures every household was involved in. So that is how we had huge temples and huge such things, and we were as Sone ki Chidiya, we were never a poor nation. Because our temples were so rich, because everything went to the temple, God was the real owner. So people paid taxes not to kings, but to the God really, physically. They went and gave gold to temples, lands to temples, money and wealth to temples, because that's why temples were so rich in India, richer than the king. Because when king thought temple is the real palace and God is the real king. Everybody believed like that. That spiritual culture. And temples ran Goshalas, Veda Patshalas, Vaidyashalas, Gurukulams, even granaries, and gave job to hundreds and thousands of people in the temple vicinity. Like Udupi temple is there, what he comes from, one of the most famous Sri Krishna temple. But because that one temple, a whole economy runs around it, isn't it? So many shops, hotels for the visitors, tourists, the flower sellers, the priests who live because of the temple. So many matas are running, Gurukulas are running, Goshalas are running, Annadanam is happening. All that is because of that one temple of Sri Krishna. Because everybody went and gave to the temple, because temple was then responsible for distributing that amongst all the needy people around the temple. That's how India was such a strong and powerful nation and such a wealthy nation, because wealth was with God and it was used for good purposes. But when that did not happen over the period of time, the endowment rules came. And that was a British way of taking the temple's wealth and using it for their own requirements. And that is how temples became poor. Nobody maintained temple after that. And people, spirituality also declined because our education system got changed to the Western education. So this idea that I belong to God, or God is my king, or God is my owner, I must offer to God, that idea also disappeared after that. And it is continuing that way. So many hundreds and thousands of temples closed down. So that is how India declined over a period of time. And what we are doing is simply the way we lost our way, we have to go back tracing where we lost our way and get back onto the right road. So we are just retracing our steps all the way to that point in history of India where this problem started. And problem started with commercializing education, health, and food and water, and not making temples or God as the center of society. That was the problem, and that is what we are rectifying step by step. We are going back and rectifying that. So this is how we will build a better country and better world, because India is the soul of the world. See, soul should not die. What will a body do without a soul? It is a corpse. It is a dead body. India is the soul. So India being strong is extremely important for the welfare of the world. Spiritual culture of India is the only remedy for all problems of the world. That is why we are working so hard, why we invite people from all around the world. All countries are nice, everybody I love. I know Venezuelan people, I know the Argentinians, I meet them often when they come to our Argentina ashram in Buenos Aires. And they are a nice group of people, very simple-hearted, as you could have easily made out. They're very soft-hearted, simple people. Actually, all Latin American people are very, very simple. It is a joy to be with them. Always singing, smiling, or doing some seva. They're always like that. At least in Buenos Aires, I tell them, please call all of them to this ashram because there is some place for everybody. Other places, there is no big ashram. But in Argentina, we have a good ashram. So they all come from all around South America and converge there. From many places, from Bolivia, from Colombia, from Chile, from Argentina, from Brazil, and other smaller countries. They all come to Argentina. So that's how Venezuela people also come. I know Venezuela has gone through a very difficult time, and even now it's going through a very difficult time. At some point in time, it was so rich because of the oil and gas reserves, and it is the Western forces, they happily milched them and left them in lurch. And now their currency got devalued, their systems collapsed, corruption also entered, so many wrong things happened. Yet their spirit did not die. The Venezuelans who are willing to go and help the other person is still on. In those difficult times of crisis also, when food became so inflated that buy a piece of bread you have to carry a bag of cash. From that situation they're slowly rising and they're continuing to help each other. Today we also gave the award to one of the charities from Venezuela, and I'm very happy that they are doing what they are doing for the elderly and the children in their own small way. Because they are not going to, we as a country are very blessed. Let me tell you, we should not take our situation for granted. We are very safe. We have food to eat, we have education, we have clothes, we have shelter, we have healthcare. Especially in this ashram, as he said, this is the best place because everything is also available for free. But some of these countries don't have those privileges. Their children don't get the same privileges as us. And we must be mindful of that. Yesterday also we heard from those countries, right? Lithuania and Latvia. What did she say? You are all safe here. Forget about you have food or not. You are safe. That itself is a great privilege, she said, because those countries are war-torn. The Ukraine and Russia and whatever is going on in Palestine and Gaza, and in the last couple of weeks you have seen all that. There you are not even safe. Here we are safe. That itself is a great blessing. Forget about having luxuries in life. These countries are telling us these great truths, and we must be mindful of that. So yes, I have a very soft corner for all South American people, and especially this country. And I got introduced to this country in my own way because, I'm very fond of animation movies. You know that by now. So there is a movie called Up. Do you know that movie? If you have not seen it, whoever is in charge of showing movies, please show the movie Up. It's a very sweet, very beautiful movie. In that, there is this old man who wants to travel to this area in South America in a place called Paradise Falls. But those Paradise Falls are nothing but these angel falls, which you saw here. So he wants to he wants to travel. He had this idea of exploring that. But his wife dies. They couldn't save enough money, so wife dies. And what he does, he was a balloon seller. So he will blow so many balloons and use those balloons to lift up his entire house, and like a parachute, he will travel from here to all the way to South America. And of course, the Angel Falls is what is known as they call it Paradise Falls. So that's how, I thought, is this a real place or is this just an imagination? Then I dug and found out that actually a place exists like this in Venezuela. I hope I can go to Angel Falls without having to blow balloons, but in a flight and see the Angel Falls. It's beautiful. It's very tall fall. It's like sky and earth get connected through that. That is the beauty, and it's a very beautiful country, as many South American countries are. And I look forward to their evening presentation, and I assure them, we know that the difficulties that you are going through, but as One World, One Family mission, I assure you that we all will come together to support whatever good you're doing in your own way. To Mrs. Hernandez, who also spoke just now, she has plans for education, health, and food and other things for the people, and a small hospital. Whatever is possible with all our collective might as the global world, one world family, we would be with you and we will do our very best. I also want to thank General Insurance Sompo for their kind CSR contributions for Annapurna Trust. May you continue to support in whatever way you can. And to everybody else who is a part of this wonderful mission and helping them, once again I thank Mr. Pramod for being here and sharing his wonderful words that took me back to my college days and Bhagwan's discourse. That was a very refreshing experience for me. Many blessings to you and your family. You have done so much good as a family also, as your parents also have been leaders, and may you continue to lead the people, and may God give you more opportunities to serve in the near future. With these blessings I conclude.
We'll now take a short break of 10 minutes, after which we'll reconvene for the cultural presentation from the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. This evening, we are delighted to welcome Campus Venezuela, a musical ensemble born from the love for Bhagwan Sri Sat Sai Baba, where devotion, family, and tradition come together in harmony. Through their art, they offer a vibrant palette of Venezuelan rhythms, from the spirited Pajarrillo Venezolano, Golpe Tocuyano, to the festival Gaita Zuliana and the soulful Afro-Venezuelan beats, among many other traditional styles, bringing together seasoned musicians and young talents from Venezuela's national system of orchestras. Campus Venezuela beautifully blends experience, heritage, and youthful energy in every performance. Introducing the ensemble, we have Mr. Nadir Sanchez on the guitar and vocals, Mr. Hanuman Sanchez on the percussion and vocals, Mr. Williams Reynoso on the Venezuelan cuatro and vocals, Juan Reynoso on the recorder, minor percussion and vocals, Guillermo Tona on the Venezuelan cuatro and vocals, Rama Tona on the transverse flute and vocals, Adrian Cedeño on the percussion, Venezuelan cuatro and vocals, and Saturno Mangieri on the percussion and vocals. Brothers and sisters, please put your hands together once more in welcoming these musicians from Venezuela, presenting Campus Venezuela.
Easter morning when I wake. Easter morning, Mama ringing, begging me for take. Easter morning when I wake. Easter morning, Mama ringing, begging me for take. Easter morning when I wake. Easter morning, Mama ringing, begging me for take. Easter morning when I wake. Easter morning, Mama ringing, begging me for take. Mama ringing, begging me for take. Easter morning when I wake. Easter morning, Mama ringing, begging me for take. Guayana, rica en oro, hierro y mujer. Ven a mi Guayana y vea lo que ya yo sé. Guayana, 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 rica en oro, hierro y mujer. Ven a mi Guayana y verás lo que ya yo sé. Orinoco al norte, Brasil por el sur, Esequibo al este, Colombia al oeste. Ese es el cuadrante de nuestra Guayana. Toda esta tierra venezolana. Calipso. Guayana, rica en oro, hierro y mujer. Ven a mi Guayana y verás lo que ya yo sé. El Callao, mi tierra, suelo rico en oro, con sus pantaminas, que son un tesoro. Tiene el río Uruari, rico en aluvio. Y si usted lo duda, pues venga él y ponga atención. Guayana, 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 rica en oro, hierro y mujer. Ven a mi Guayana y verás lo que ya yo sé. Guayana, 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 rica en oro, hierro y mujer. Ven a mi Guayana y verás lo que ya yo sé. Ven a mi Guayana y verás lo que ya yo sé. ramillete de flores, Barquisimeto te traigo yo. Me lo regaló el camino cuando pasaba por tu región. Tu paisaje es un romance que por las tardes recoge el sol para llevarlo a la estrella que a Lara duerme con su canción. Valles el turbio, tu parque Ayacucho, tus noches de estrellas y mil cosas más le dan a tu tierra música y belleza, mientras la tristeza se convierte en paz. Guitarra larense, yo quiero cantar. Enséñame un poco de tu capital. Y si un día la vida me aleja de aquí, por cualquier camino a toda la gente le hablaré de ti. Larense, yo quiero cantar. Enséñame un poco de tu capital. Y si un día la vida me aleja de aquí, por cualquier camino a toda la gente le hablaré de ti. Por cualquier camino, guitarra larense, hablaré de ti. Una luz en medio de nada, todo se ve, lucha de miedo y fe, aunque la duda aparezca y entre en tu piel y la noche sin fin se presente ante ti. Junta tus manos y vuelve a creer. Yo te invoco, fuerza divina, luz de los cielos, anhelo de anhelos yo te invoco, luz de mi vida, Padre eterno, Señor de señores. Escucha el palpitar de tu corazón, siente la belleza que hay en tu interior, ve hacia la luz que te queme su esplendor. Si tú das un paso, Él dará 100 hacia ti. Él lo ha prometido una y otra vez. Acércate a mi fuego y yo te calentaré. Y yo te calentaré. Que vive en tu corazón, que vive en tu corazón, ese que mueve las teclas y nos da la inspiración, y nos da la inspiración. Y paren bien las orejas, los que quieran escuchar. Esto que vengo a contarles de nuevo no tiene nada. Hay poderosos enemigos, son muy fuertes en verdad. Está la ira, la lujuria y existe la falsedad. Y existe la falsedad. No se asuste, amigo mío, deje de mirar para atrás. Los enemigos están adentro, póngase a mirar y verá. Póngase a mirar y verá. Señores, no se deja dominar, no se deja dominar ni por esos enemigos ni que vengan muchos más. Solo tienes que entregarte y aprender a confiar, porque al final de cuentas prevalece la verdad. así es como se enamora. Así es como se enamora tu corazón con el mío, tu corazón con el mío. Luna, luna, luna llena menguante. Luna, luna, luna llena menguante. Muchacho a la casa y me trae al carabí, ay, pa' matar este gavilán que no me deja gallina, yo tengo la ropa limpia, yo tengo la ropa limpia, ayer tarde la lavé, ayer tarde la lavé. Luna, luna, luna llena, menguante, mi manduco pa' la ropa, mi manduco pa' lavar, mi manduco pa' la ropa, mi manduco pa' lavar. A la lele, a la lela, a la lele, lele, lela, a la lele, a la lela, a la lele, lele, lela. Suenan los tambores, provoca bailar, tambor venezolano en la India va a sonar. A la lele, a la lela, a la lele, lele, lela. Desde Venezuela venimos a tocar un ritmo sabroso que se llama Kitty Bla. A la lele, a la lela, a la lele, lele, lela. Aquí en esta tierra dicen upside down, nosotros decimos oye mano naguará. A la lele, a la lela, a la lele, lele, lela. A la lele, a la lela, a la lele. cielo se está nublando, préstame tu sombrero, San Juan Bautista, me estoy mojando. Parece que va a llover, el cielo se está nublando, préstame tu sombrero, San Juan Bautista, me estoy mojando. Parece que va a llover, el cielo se está nublando, préstame tu sombrero, San Juan Bautista, me estoy mojando. Parece que va a llover, el cielo se está nublando, préstame tu sombrero, San Juan Bautista, me estoy mojando. San Juancito ven, 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 San Juancito ven. Parece que va a llover, el cielo se está nublando, préstame tu sombrero, San Juan Bautista, me estoy mojando. Parece que va a llover, el cielo se está nublando, préstame tu sombrero, San Juan Bautista, me estoy mojando. Venezuela, mi patria querida, que la libertó mi hermano fue Simón Bolívar. Viva Venezuela, mi patria querida, que la libertó mi hermano fue Simón Bolívar.
Gracias a la providencia vemos los venezolanos que nos dio este ser humano para nuestra independencia. Gracias a la providencia vemos los venezolanos que nos dio este ser humano para nuestra independencia.
Viva Venezuela, mi patria querida, que la libertó mi hermano fue Simón Bolívar. Viva Venezuela, mi patria querida, que la libertó mi hermano fue Simón Bolívar.
Venezuela pegó un grito diciendo que había nacido un segundo Jesucristo. Cuando Bolívar nació, Venezuela pegó un grito diciendo que había nacido un segundo Jesucristo.
Viva Venezuela, mi patria querida, que la libertó mi hermano fue Simón Bolívar. Viva Venezuela, mi patria querida, que la libertó mi hermano fue Simón Bolívar. Del pueblo de Camba vengo, como buen venezolano, a cantar esta parranda con sentir bolivariano. Del pueblo de Grama vengo, como buen venezolano, a cantar esta parranda con sentir bolivariano. Venezuela, mi patria querida, que la libertó mi hermano fue Simón Bolívar. Viva Venezuela, mi patria querida, que la libertó mi hermano fue Simón Bolívar.
Puro Bolívar un día en territorio romano, ¿qué libertad le daría al pueblo venezolano? Puro Bolívar un día en territorio romano, ¿qué libertad le daría al pueblo venezolano?
Viva Venezuela, mi patria querida, que la libertó mi hermano fue Simón Bolívar. Viva Venezuela, mi patria querida, que la libertó mi hermano fue Simón Bolívar.
Bolívar no está muerto, siempre estará en la memoria, por eso lo recordamos y así lo dice la historia. Bolívar no está muerto, siempre está Simón Bolívar. Viva Venezuela, mi patria querida, que la libertad mi hermano fue Simón Bolívar.
De San Pablo, casi llegando a Carora, se formó la Zamba Plebera. Tenían una discusión el gavilán de Don Pío y el gavilán de Canela.
En la curva de San Pablo, casi llegando a Carora, se formó la Zamba Plebera. Tenían una discusión el gavilán de Don Pío y el gavilán de Canela.
Ay gavilán,
trabalengua,
ay gavilán,
tocuyano,
Pío, Alvarado y Canela,
se dan la mano,
ay gavilán,
trabalengua,
ay gavilán,
tocuyano,
Pío, Alvarado y Canela,
se dan la mano,
gavilán,
que pío pío,
gavilán,
que tao tao,
gavilán,
que pío pío, que tao tao,
con su pico amarillo,
con su pico rosado soledad,
con su pico amarillo,
con su pico rosado soledad.
Hace calor en Carora, que los matos se protegen con la sombra de los chivos y cargan su cantinflora.
El gavilán de Tocuyo le dijo al de Curarigua, hace calor en Carora, que los matos se protegen con la sombra de los chivos y cargan su cantinflora.
Ay gavilán,
trabalengua,
ay gavilán, Pío, Alvarado y Canela,
se dan la mano,
ay gavilán,
trabalengua,
ay gavilán, Pío, Alvarado y Canela,
se dan la mano,
gavilán,
que pío pío,
gavilán,
que tao tao,
gavilán,
que pío pío,
gavilán,
que tao tao,
con su pico amarillo,
con su pico rosado soledad,
con su pico amarillo,
con su pico rosado soledad. El gavilán trabalengua le respondió al de Tocuyo de una manera muy clara. Los tocuyo le dan, han tomado de la mano como hermano le dan, con su cántaro virano, tomándole dándole por todo y tiqui el estado Lara. El gavilán trabalengua le respondió al de Tocuyo de una manera muy clara. Los tocuyo le dan, han tomado de la mano como hermano le dan, con su cántaro virano, tomándole dándole por todo y el estado Lara.
ay gavilán,
Trabalengua,
ay gavilán,
tocuyano,
Pío, Alvarado y Canela,
se dan la mano.
ay gavilán,
Trabalengua,
ay gavilán,
tocuyano,
Pío, Alvarado y Canela,
se dan la mano.
gavilán,
Que pío pío,
gavilán,
que tao tao,
gavilán,
que pío pío,
gavilán,
que tao tao,
su pico amarillo,
con su pico rosado soledad,
su pico amarillo,
con su pico rosado soledad.
vamos de nuevo.
El gavilán trabalengua le respondió al de Tocuyo de una manera muy clara. Los tocuya le dano van tomados de la mano como hermano le dano con su cántaro virano tamunangueándole y dándole por todo y tiqui el estado Lara.
Ay gavilán,
Trabalengua,
ay gavilán,
tocuyano,
Pío, Alvarado y Canela,
se dan la mano.
ay gavilán,
Trabalengua,
ay gavilán,
tocuyano,
Pío, pico, alvarado y canela.
Se dan la mano.
Gavilán,
que pío pío.
gavilán,
Que tao tao.
gavilán,
Que pío pío.
gavilán.
Que tao tao.
Con su pico amarillo,
Con su pico rosa rosado.
con su pico amarillo,
Con su pico rosa rosado.
adorar, adorar y adorar a mi Padre San Antonio. Adorar, adorar y adorar a mi Padre San Antonio. Vengo a cantar este golpe que un amigo me mandó. Vengo a cantar este golpe que un amigo me mandó. Pa' que mañana pasado hagan lo mismo que yo. Pa' que mañana pasado hagan lo mismo que yo. Porque soy moreno. Yo me voy a los bailes porque soy morenito. Yo me voy a los bailes a robar corazones. Que me manda mi padre. Me manda, me manda. Que me manda mi padre. Los ojos de mi morena no son negros, son azules. Los ojos de mi morena no son negros, son azules. Que se parecen al cielo cuando se apartan las nubes, que se parecen al cielo cuando se apartan las nubes. Yo no sé si así sería, yo no sé si así será, yo no sé si así sería, yo no sé si así será. Que el tigre marca la huella antes de dar la pisa. Que el tigre marca la huella antes de dar la pisa. Porque soy morenito. Yo me voy a los bailes porque soy morenito. Yo me voy a los bailes a robar corazones. Que me manda mi padre. Me manda, me manda. Que me manda mi padre. Los ojos de mi morena no son negros, son azules. Los ojos de mi morena no son negros, son azules. Que se parecen al cielo cuando se apartan las nubes, que se parecen al cielo cuando se apartan las nubes. le gusta el gusto, tampoco le gusto yo. Y al que no le gusta el gusto, tampoco le gusto yo. Porque soy morenito,
Yo me voy a los bailes,
porque soy morenito.
yo me voy a los bailes,
A robar corazones.
que me manda mi padre,
Me manda.
que me manda mi padre.
Los ojos de mi morena,
No son negros, son azules,
los ojos de mi morena,
no son negros, son azules.
que se parecen al cielo cuando se apartan las nubes, que se parecen al cielo cuando se apartan las nubes.
Un paraíso vegetal lo enmarca todo, frutas maduras parecen adornos de oro, las aguas con un beso humedece la arena, ya que de grupo tiene encanto de sirena. Un paraíso vegetal lo enmarca todo, frutas maduras parecen adornos de oro, las aguas con un beso humedece la arena, ya que el embrujo tiene encanto de sirena.
Pasa la noche serpenteando el Orinoco, moviendo el lomo plateado entre el paisaje más hermoso. Un chapotear de pescadores de tortuga se mueve por la espesura el animal más sigiloso.
Orinoco,
Ya vas a llegar,
río hermoso,
para navegar. Venezuela en ti palpita, en ti suspira como un órgano vital.
Orinoco,
Ya vas a llegar,
río hermoso,
el hollante Puy es auténtico guardián.
Orinoco,
Ya vas a llegar,
río hermoso,
para navegar. Venezuela en ti palpita, en ti suspira como un órgano vital.
Orinoco,
Ya vas a llegar,
río loco,
el hollante Puy es auténtico guardián.
y el Orinoco va corriendo contra el viento, y en su callo con pescador está contento, y anoche está contando con la luna, y las estrellas va contando una por una. El Orinoco va corriendo contra el viento, y en su callo con pescador está contento, plena noche se va guiando con la luna, y las estrellas va contando una por una.
Pasa la noche serpenteando el Orinoco, moviendo el lomo plateado entre el paisaje más hermoso. Un chapotear de pescadores de tortuga se mueve por la espesura el animal más sigiloso.
Orinoco,
Ya vas a llegar,
río hermoso,
para navegar. Venezuela en ti palpita, en ti suspira como un órgano vital.
Orinoco,
Ya vas a llegar,
río hermoso,
el hollante Puy es auténtico guardián.
Orinoco,
Ya vas a llegar,
río loco,
para navegar. Venezuela en ti palpita, en ti suspira como un órgano vital.
Orinoco,
Ya vas a llegar,
río hermoso,
el hollante Puy es auténtico guardián.
y cuando ya se acerca su delta glorioso, se hace más fuerte, más oscuro, más grandioso. Un verso en puñaladas sobre el mar escribe, bañando las azules aguas del Caribe. Y cuando ya se acerca su delta glorioso, se hace más fuerte, más oscuro, más grandioso. Un verso en puñaladas sobre el mar escribe, bañando las azules aguas del Caribe.
Pasa la noche serpenteando el Orinoco, moviendo el lomo plateado entre el paisaje más hermoso. Un chapotear de pescadores de tortuga se mueve por la espesura el animal más sigiloso.
Orinoco,
Ya vas a llegar,
río hermoso,
para navegar. Venezuela en ti palpita, en ti suspira como un órgano vital.
Orinoco,
Ya vas a llegar,
río hermoso,
el hollante Puy es auténtico guardián. banano vital.
Orinoco,
ya vas a llegar.
Río Hermoso,
el Ollantaytambo es tu auténtico guardián.
Y en la aurora maracucha una inmensa voz escucha. Es el bardo que en parranda, cantando sus gaitas anda, deleitando a quien lo escucha. Fresca está la madrugada y en la aurora maracucha una inmensa voz escucha. Es el bardo que en parranda, cantando sus gaitas anda, deleitando a quien lo escucha.
Taciturna desprende el aroma de su arcano, cuando noble y grande emerge la imagen de aquel zuliano.
En la aurora se agiganta,
despierta y se estremece la ciudad del sol amada, cuando la voz adorada de aquel bardo fiel le canta. Orgulloso se levanta y a su terruño le ofrece
en la mano.
Con rumbo firme al ocaso, proyecta el sol su agonía, la voz se apaga y el día muere vagando por el duende. De nuevo la ciudad duerme con el bardo en su regazo. Con rumbo firme al ocaso, proyecta el sol su agonía, la voz se apaga y el día muere vagando por el duende. De nuevo la ciudad duerme con el bardo en su regazo.
En la bruma resplandece Maracaibo cuando duerme,
mi taciturna desprende el aroma de su arcano, cuando noble y grande emerge la imagen de aquel zuliano. En la aurora se agiganta, despierta y se estremece la ciudad del sol amada, cuando la voz adorada de aquel bardo que le canta, orgulloso se levanta y a su terruño le ofrece su corazón en la mano. La bruma resplandece Maracaibo cuando duerme, y taciturna desprende el aroma de su arcano, cuando noble y grande emerge la imagen de aquel zuliano.
Se agiganta,
despierta y se estremece la ciudad del sol amada, cuando la voz adorada de aquel bardo que le canta, orgulloso se levanta y a su terruño le ofrece
su corazón en la mano.
Chinita, Cada región tiene sus cosas sabrosas y esas cosas tienen su aroma y color. Aroma especial que viene de sus mujeres, color de sol, feria, gaitas y placeres. Es algo que llevamos dentro y nos mantiene contentos, auténtico y nacional. En cualquier parte se le encuentra y notas la diferencia con su sabor especial. Es el sentimiento, es todo lo que hacemos, esa es la marca que a todo le ponemos.
Y ya sé que seamos la gente diferente, ¿cómo se llamará? ¿Cómo te diga ya? Ese es nuestro sentimiento nacional.
Vuelvo y te repito, cada región tiene sus cosas sabrosas y esas cosas tienen su aroma, color, aroma especial que viene de sus mujeres, color de sol, feria, gaitas y placeres.
Es algo que llevamos dentro y nos mantiene contentos, auténtico y nacional. En cualquier parte se le encuentra y notas la diferencia con su sabor especial.
Es el sentimiento, es todo lo que hacemos, esa es la marca que a todo le ponemos.
Ya sé que seamos la gente diferente, ¿cómo se llamará? ¿Cómo te diga ya? Ese es nuestro sentimiento nacional.
Como dice mi coro,
nacional, sentimiento nacional.
Ese sentimiento que alegra mi vida en todo momento.
Nacional, sentimiento nacional.
Con el sabor de mi tierra y de su gente cordial.
Nacional, sentimiento nacional.
Sentimiento nacional, sentimiento para gozar, para guarachar.
Nacional, sentimiento nacional.
De Venezuela para el mundo, los compas están por acá.
Nacional, sentimiento nacional.
Échale.
Sentimiento nacional. Agua. Nacional, sentimiento nacional. Nacional, sentimiento nacional. Nacional, sentimiento nacional.
Las cumbas.
Nacional, sentimiento nacional. Negrura. Nacional, sentimiento nacional. Sentimiento nacional. Pim, pim, para, pa.
Barquisimeto, Valencia y Cumana.
Sentimiento nacional.
Por toda Venezuela voy a cantar.
Sentimiento nacional.
Por Ciudad Bolívar y Puerto Ordaz.
Sentimiento nacional.
En el llano con el sotelo venado.
Sentimiento nacional.
La bella Caracas, su capital.
Sentimiento nacional.
Y su Maracaibo fenomenal.
Sentimiento nacional. Un homenaje.
the musicians from Venezuela want to offer Sadhguru a token of their love, a beautifully hand-woven hammock crafted by the Venezuelan artists and adorned with the design of their national flag.
You want to, okay. I don't know what they sang, but they were all happy songs. That's all I understood. They were happy on the stage. We were happy below the stage. And they were all singing very happily. The rhythm and the beats and the singing. And just a happy thing. I think that's what Venezuela needs right now. Everybody should be happy, singing happy songs to each other, bringing hope and bringing, some kind of bonding together with these songs. I think that's what I learned from the song that they sang. So they create a very happy atmosphere. So thank you for that.
We will conclude with the national anthem of Venezuela, followed by the national anthem of India. May we all rise. अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उत्तल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाता जन्म मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे